My parents refused to give me the college fund that my grandparents left me and decided to give it to my sister so she can buy a house with her boyfriend. They then decided to make fun of me when I threatened to sue them, but someone we know came to my rescue, and now they are begging me to reconsider for family's sake. I'm 19, and this whole nightmare started 6 months ago when I asked my parents about accessing my college fund. My grandparents had set aside $85,000 specifically for my education before they passed away 3 years ago. The will was crystal clear. The money was mine the day I turned 18. My parents kept stalling. We'll talk about it later. It's complicated. Don't worry about it right now. Finally, I cornered them at dinner and demanded answers. That's when my mom dropped the bomb. They'd already transferred the entire amount to my sister Faith. Faith's 26, works as a dental hygienist, and has been the golden child since birth. Her boyfriend Damon's a personal trainer. Together, they make decent money, but apparently not enough for the $400,000 house they wanted in the suburbs. So my parents just handed over my future to fund their down payment. I lost it. I started yelling, asking how they could possibly think this was okay. My mom actually said, "Faith worked hard for years without help. It's only fair you do the same." I pointed out that Grandma and Grandpa specifically left that money for my education, not Faith's house. My dad shrugged and said, "They're dead. They won't know the difference." That's when I said I'd sue them. I'll never forget what happened next. My dad started laughing, not a chuckle, full-on belly laughing. He looked at my mom and said, "She thinks she can afford a lawyer." Then he turned to me and said, "With what money, sweetheart? You gonna sue us with your Starbucks paychecks?" I walked out. I was shaking, humiliated, and felt completely powerless. But then I remembered something. My grandpa's attorney, Mr. Hale, had given me his card at the funeral and told me to call if I ever needed anything. I'd kept it in my wallet for 3 years. I called him that night from my car, told him everything through tears. He went completely silent for what felt like forever. Then he said, "Your grandfather was one of my closest friends. He talked about you constantly. He'd be disgusted by this. I'm taking your case pro bono, and we're getting every penny back." 3 days later, my parents received a cease and desist letter. It demanded full repayment of $85,000 within 30 days or face criminal charges for misappropriation of trust funds and breach of fiduciary duty. My phone exploded. My mom called me 11 times in 1 hour. My dad sent texts calling me ungrateful and selfish. Faith sent me a long message about how I was ruining her life and she'd already put $60,000 toward her down payment. She said I was being cruel and that family should support each other. I didn't respond to any of them. Mr. Hale told me not to engage. My parents tried a different approach. They showed up at my apartment with my aunt and uncle trying to stage an intervention. My dad offered me $10,000 to drop the case. "That's more than enough for community college," she said. I told them to leave or I'd call the police. Mr. Hale filed the lawsuit the next day. Discovery was brutal for them. We subpoenaed their bank records and found they'd transferred $60,000 to Faith in one lump sum, and the other $25,000 had gone toward paying off their own credit card debt. They'd spent my college fund on themselves too. The judge was furious. She froze their accounts immediately and scheduled an emergency hearing. During the hearing, my dad tried to claim they'd always planned to pay me back. The judge asked when. He stammered and said, "Eventually." She ordered full restitution plus 12% interest and legal fees. Total amount $97,000. They had 60 days to pay or face criminal prosecution and liens on their property. Faith had to back out of her house purchase, lost her $5,000 earnest money. She sent me a voice message screaming that I'd destroyed her dreams and she'd never forgive me. Yesterday, both my parents showed up at my apartment again. This time they were different. My dad was actually crying. My mom looked like she hadn't slept in days. They begged me to go back to the judge and tell her it was all a misunderstanding, that they'd been confused about the terms of the trust. My dad said, "Please, we'll lose everything. Faith might lose her relationship over this. Is that what you want, to destroy this family?" I looked at both of them and said, "You should have thought about that before you laughed at me, before you stole my future and mocked me for being powerless." They kept pleading, but I shut the door. The money hit my account this morning, all $97,000. I start college next month at my dream school, fully paid, with money left over. My parents aren't speaking to me. Faith blocked me on everything. But you know what? I sleep better now than I have in years.